Okay. All right, so it is 11:43, and I'm thinking, I'm putting together this content strategy for Real Estate IQ, which has a lot to do with stories, when you create content. It could be, data, infographics and stuff, but I'm also starting to lean towards creating something that has more emotional touch, which has to do with stories. I've been studying a lot about stories, and I'm about 20 pages away from finishing with this book, and then I'm reading this book called The Storyteller Secrets. And then I read this book when I first started the business to get better at public speaking. And I think I'm just okay, right? I need, it was not my focus at the time. I was just doing my best because you have to speak to promote your business. And I just did my best to, I think I listened to the book once or twice on Audible. And now I think it would be a good idea to revisit. I don't think I'll be able to capture this before our event on the 18th, but I think it would be nice to read this maybe before the year is over. I kind of need to plan the rest of the year. We have about 2-3 weeks left, and we have a family coming to visit, but I still would like to do some work and read some books. So I think I need to revisit my plan and see what happens. So let me take a look at my December plan. What's my December plan, yo? Steve's plan, November. What about December? Maybe I had it on my notebook, but not maybe I have it in my notebook, but I didn't write down. Let's see. December plan success meaning. I wanted time to create. I think my creation time. Oh, I don't have a creation time anymore. Okay, I do have my December plan here. I just didn't document it. So it looks like next week I'll be studying leadership and design thinking. So there's a duplicable leadership that I want to learn. I got this book. So I want to be done with this. Oh, I still have financial advice that I gotta learn. Financial plan, how to work with all these professionals. So I should document it, right? Certain things have changed. So let's see. I'm gonna close this, take my thought off of content for a while. This is just for the content part, I think we're just starting out, creating some thoughts right now. Plan it and then create a campaign and drive it. Okay. So December 2022 plan. So a week of 12 is REIQ year end planning. Storyteller's secrets. $100 million offer workshop. Okay, week of 12-19 is study leadership. I was gonna do some creation, right? Okay, maybe I can refine my workshop. Irresistible offer. Meanwhile, I study leadership and design thinking. Create the duplicable leadership class. I'm going to do a class. And then week of 12-26. Maybe I do the design thinking here because I need to do the financial planning. Learn a little more. Family financial project, family financial plan. Study here so I can do this here. I need to look up when the books are due. I borrowed some of these books from the library. I didn't know what to buy. So let's see. Let me renew them. What time is it? 11:51. So I have someone joining us. Vincent. We're going to talk about his e-commerce business in about 5 minutes. I just renew this. I think I'll be done with all that. Okay. A living trust. Okay, I have one more book to pick up. And then I have, all those books, man. I'm going to be studying that. wonder if I want to take notes for the no, I think that's later. Create. And I can create a storytelling workshop. Say the TED Talks. Read the book again. Okay. One is to practice piano. Family is to read the parenting book on boundaries. Okay. I got a December plan. Okay. So I got like 5 minutes. Maybe I should take a break. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 more stories to learn, or excuse me, 4 more stories to read. Mm. Hmm. I gotta work on the deck more. So I think it's gonna be this evening. I gotta create the deck. Yeah, I love creation. Creation is fantastic. Get some happiness out of it. Now I didn't work on the partnership deck for communication. So they'll work this Saturday. Okay. Mm, so I have a problem, didn't I? I was working on the irresistible offer. Okay, whatever. All good. All right, I'm gonna take a 5 minute break and then I'll come back and work on some. Let me just check one more thing here. Okay. Uh, like 20 pages. Actually would extend to 243. So I think my focus for next year, man, so many thoughts, man. 2023. I think it's community building. I think it's public relations and storytelling, public speaking. I kind of enjoy that. Networking. I think I need to focus a little bit on funding. Talk to one customer per day. Just do one. 5 calls, 1 conversation. Yeah, just one. Oh, 2. 2 customers a day. I'll just focus. Okay, recruiting. Winning culture, top line revenue, growth and expansion. Activities. Okay. Some plans. Oh, I have to organize still. I think next week I have to organize. Let's organize for next year. Oh, and I have to reflect, right? Reflect would be during the week of Christmas. So much did you have in your book? Okay. Hello, Gracie.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
I can hear you right now.
Oh. Can you hear
Check,
me?
check. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me, but I cannot hear you. Maybe some kind of microphone?
Can you hear me? Okay, let me get back on. Can you hear me now? Oh, okay. Hello?
You know what? It might be my problem. Maybe I muted my computer. I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
The good news is I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Maybe it was me. I think it was very likely to be me. Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Did you go for your
Nice.
run this morning?
I'm sorry?
Did you go for your run this morning?
Yeah, I did. I just did. I woke up and I read. I'm trying to finish reading this book. We have the talk on the 18th. For the event, Storyteller's Secret. So I studied a little bit of public speaking when we first launched the business. But like you have to do so many things, you are not that good at anything. But now I get a little more time to focus. I want to do a really good job, right? If
Yeah.
people come and hear me talk, I want to really give them a quality talk. So I'm studying more on it. I'm trying to go another level.
So how to present yourself in like a presentation or as a host.
Yeah, there are many types. Kind of the key is to being able to. The key here is that stories is very persuasive, much more persuasive than like if I just show you like data and facts and all that stuff. Like it's boring, puts people to sleep.
Yeah.
And so as we are going for quality, but at the same time we're also preparing ourselves for public relations and kind of influence millions. And so it's using the simple language. I share about communication. Well, communicate better, use easier words, small words, instead of all these big words. Like, what am I trying to do? Like, impress somebody? You use simple words. And telling good stories. There's always a plot line. And actually, I have a prototype for a storytelling technique. You can actually apply it in your marketing. And so if you put your customer as the hero of any story, it goes through the same story path, and it's very easy to convert people.
Yeah. Do you have like just hear me out. An outrageous story that you've had with a customer?
Yeah, testimonials. Customer success stories.
An outrageous one, like you're like, what is going on? This is crazy. What the heck, I say that outrageous stories are like the ones where you start to light everyone up in the crowd or whoever you're talking. So
the drama. We have drama, you have like jokes and humor. So all of a sudden I'm like, man, I don't know how to do a really good talk this Sunday, but I'm gonna do my best.
There you go. Use that. I don't really know how to do a really good talk, but I'm here, you get what I'm saying? It's being your authentic self and just being like honest and then throw it out from there. Cause not everyone can get up on stage and talk. I throw all of this at you because I know that you said you like to learn and gather information from others.
Yeah, and it's about practice and apply. I think, we're always gonna mess up the first couple of times, but we mess up less and less, and then it got better and better. And a lot of people remember you doing a really good job, but they don't know all the struggle.
Yes.
So I'm very I'm all about that mindset. Like it's okay to suck.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to navigate through that. So I know that last week or a couple of days ago or so we discussed the minimum viable product.
Minimum viable product. Okay.
Now I haven't written or thought. It was just all in my head, trying to process everything that you were talking about and who is my who am I trying to, who's my ideal customer?
Right.
And all of that, and how believable can something be? Now, so I know that you mentioned that you're always trying to work with customers and try to make your product better through, like you said, testimonials and listening to your customers, and yeah, like no matter who you talk to as far as big dogs, everyone's always like, yeah, Real Estate IQ is the best, and he's really worked with, you know, big dogs to try to like improve. And so like you're right, like everything that you say, it's all stuck to what you're saying and you keep doing it. So I think if I'm not mistaken, then it would be best for me to figure out how I can, some sense, have a purpose in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So
That's important.
Yeah. So
it's your driving force.
Yes.
Like, cause it's a passion, cause things get tough, right? Like when it sucks, when I suck, it's like, you know, how do you get out of that slump? Because you're still improving. So having the love for what you do and that passion is very important.
Now, I love people, like I like to communicate. I like to communicate and I like to talk. And I went networking in Houston, and then I went networking yesterday in San Antonio. And so what I did was I was taking photos of people, like, hey, is it okay if I take a picture with you? And I took a picture with them, and then I saved them on my contacts, and I was like, how long have you been a big dog? Da, 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 da. And it was so nice to see other people interact just as comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
And it kind of like attracts other people, like, oh, you beat me to it, right?
Yeah.
You know, like beat me to getting your contact information. So I really thrive on that. And so because my minimum viable product was on character, attitude, and perspective, I've kind of tried to figure out how I can add that in so that the rest of the you know, how you have it organized as far as, you know, what's your believability, what's your irresistible offer, you know, the high, you know, ROI offer and all of that. Like numbers is one thing. It's just trying to figure that out. Like, so like you said, like something that has a purpose.
I love what you said: character, attitude, and perspective. I love that you are very open-minded. I just want to make a comment there. And then when you know, it's funny, you know, I have worked with a lot of people. Real Estate IQ, we have had, like, you know, over the years, like so many people. And before we just needed help, right? So anybody go, hey, I want to help, we just welcome them. But what I realized is that we didn't look into the character and the attitude. And if they're open-minded, like you mentioned something that's like, oh wow, now as we've been transforming, you know, the past couple of years. I'm trying to grow up more too. Is I'm valuing those more and more. Even though, like, when you talk about character, attitude, it's like, okay, how do you make money with that? How can we apply that? And but actually, this is essential. Like, this is the reason that you'll be making money. So I just want to congratulate you on that. The second comment is, now that you got the picture and all that, get on social media, post it on there and tag them. Now you get the online connection.
Yeah, I'm doing like YouTube, like, you know, just on my process, because I just started on this whole investing. So I called it Investor Uncut, because like I don't know how to edit, or like, sorry, excuse my language. I don't know how to edit anything. I'm not, you know, like focused on sound or anything like that. I'm just trying to, it's like my journal, my blog journal, whatever, but on YouTube. I figured I could start there. And I even take notes of what I'm saying. So, because pretty much it's like I'm reading and I'm listening to everyone I'm networking with, and they're giving me suggestions. And then I'm also learning part of this program. And I also have another coaching thing that I'm getting on the side as well. So it's like I'm integrating and kind of, you know, I'll do that. I'm doing that at the moment. So
Gracie, I want to share with you that I think this is a I think you're doing the right things. And I think this is a new chapter in your life that there are so many opportunities, and you're kind of bringing everything that was that is a part of you, that's like authentically you, and you're bringing that to the forefront, and then you're putting that as your core strength. And I think you're also doing the right thing there. So I want to give you some encouragement that you're doing a lot of right things.
I try not to think about it as like it helps me. You know, it's like they say you got to journal, you got to write. Well, I love being on camera. I love being, you know, I'm photo. I have a friend who tells me you're photogenic. You're so photogenic. What does that mean? What does that mean? I used to do like a lot of Instagram, like, hey guys, and I would inspire people, but I never considered myself. I didn't go far on that. This time it's like doing it for me, so that what am I learning? What am I getting out? What I'm doing, and then giving it to others. So I'll focus on that. I appreciate the feedback on bringing everything that is me and my authenticity, open-minded and passion. This therefore is some things to keep in mind while I'm working on this minimum viable product. And
it sounds like your minimal viable product is you. You're selling you, which ultimately that's who we are. It's what we're selling. We are all a startup of you.
Right.
There's a startup of you, right? That's a movement.
Right.
Where, man, we can work for another company or whatever, but it's not a lifetime employment, and it's not, there's no pension, there's nothing like that. We are all kind of working for ourselves regardless. And so how do we improve ourselves, you know, add more value to ourselves so that we are more and more valuable as a person. And that's, at the end of the day, it's all about selling ourselves. Even if you have any kind of product, it's all about who you are.
Right. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. I'll keep those things in mind for this week while I continue to think about that idea that we started. So
embrace it. I think that's an asset of yours.
Embrace it.
Embrace who you are.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to go join in on another meeting for this Big Dog Fan.
Did I address your questions or anything?
I did some brainstorming. It's not so much questions. It was a brainstorming, and kind of allow me to you know walk down the alley, but like with a little bit of, you're shining the light on that alley towards the path of where I can open up as my authentic self. Yeah,
that's awesome. I sounds like, was I able to give you some value today?
Yes, you were.
Okay, awesome.
You gave, your value today given to me was embracing yourself. Well, pretty much it's like you're adding to everyone saying how like you got to believe in yourself, you know, and then the selling you. The value in that is that don't be afraid to be yourself. Like, you know, sell yourself is not a like, oh, you sold your soul to whatever. No, it's like bring yourself out, you know, it's a sell. It's like and then
people are buying you, so you know, we're not selling you're not selling your soul, you know.
Right. Well,
don't even have that in your vocabulary. Erase that.
It's in my vocabulary. Exactly. It's like, you know, diffusing and or, you know, I wish I had like, I don't know, a sword or like a baseball bat every time I have these like old words and, you know, old concepts and ideas that come out. I'm just like, wait a second, not that one. I like the other word.
Maybe like appreciate, because I have the same, right? Negativity and positive and negativity is all part of us. Because of survival, all that we are naturally selfish, and we have a lot of negativities. So we want to acknowledge it, thank it, and let it go. And we keep the positives. Yeah.
And I will ask, did I add any value to your time today as well?
Yes. Thank you. You share with me what you have learned from the workshop. And you share a little bit of what your activities are as an entrepreneur and what your MVP is. So you gave me a little more of like, hey, I did some homework, and you shared that with. It makes me feel that the workshop was valuable. Also, it gave me a little bit of validation. I love your YouTube of Uncut. I think I'm gonna do that. I've been recording my office hours and my creative hours. In my creative hours, like got midnight hours. So I'm gonna put uncut there because I was like, man, who's gonna watch all this? But who cares? I'm doing it for myself, and if somebody finds it useful, then it's good.
Yes.
And you talk about embracing yourself, selling yourself, believing in yourself, and just and being authentically you. So I think a really good conversation. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, Steve, thank you for having this time.
So I want to give you an update. I just chat with a couple of folks that missed the workshop. And because they missed it, I'm thinking, okay, there is a lot of content. So I think it's good that I do it on a regular basis, and you can also come back, because the second time you hear something, you'll capture more, you'll learn more.
Right.
And sometimes it's like second time, third time, the repetition helps improve the understanding. So I want to share with you that I'm thinking I'll do the day one again, and I'll also do the day two, which is what I'm gonna start designing next week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I appreciated that you also stated that you had office hours. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get busy with this, but whatever. But the office hours allows me to feel more comfortable in following that wave. But it's like, I've heard before where I forgot his name. He does a lot of meditation, and people will go up to him and like, all right, how can I contact you? I really like to talk to you. And he gives them their email and they never get back to him. So it's like now you're funneling, I suppose, like who's actually working on, like I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to have time. I just got back from Target. I'm still doing all my homework for the big dogs and all this other stuff. So appreciate this openness, because I was like, okay, let me see if I can throw in some time in there to really continue to grow on the concept that you're throwing out there, so that I can also, if I had any questions, any concerns, or follow through with this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, if you want to have a focus session for coming up with some kind of actionable plan, we can also do that. We can find some time to do that. Sometimes we just need somebody to hold us accountable. Right. It could be my mom, it could be anybody, but we just kind of need someone to wear that hat and that role. So feel free to leverage me on those too.
Yeah, totally. And then I know you mentioned like prices and everything. I also want to respect your I appreciate your introduction into how you want to start getting this into like a coaching plan where you can work with, your 2 or 3 people and everything like that. It's already in my head. So eventually to, follow through with that once I get this thing going, like I mentioned, time and everything. So I do look forward to continue working with this with you. So
just keep coming back, please. Don't worry about anything. Like, to me, all I care about is giving value. If I can give you a good value, that just nourishes me.
Yeah. And I want to give value back, but I also want to respect, the abundance mentality.
Yes, please. Just feel free.
The offer of a service, and that, money is a tool. So it's like, so that tool, you can use it for maybe more people that can come in and, or whatever you can use it for.
And I would say that in the spirit of abundance also is that, it's okay to give, and also good to receive offer. Like there are folks that give me stuff and I'm like, my instinct is to say no, but actually, thank you, because I will also give back. Our neighbor, we had lawn issue. We didn't have a good lawnmower, and our neighbor offered to mow our lawn. I was like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah,
we got them some moon cake and stuff for the Chinese Moon Festival.
Oh, that's awesome! I bet they love that.
It's good, right? So there's a good connection too. So fantastic. And don't be a stranger, please. Just keep coming back. Like you keep me company. Like if you don't show up, I'll be reading this or talking to some other folks. So keep leveraging me, please.
All right.
Make me feel useful.
Right. Any questions or concerns on anything? Like, you have my number. So
and you have my number too. So Gracie, cheers. Hey, have a good next session. Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Oh wait, I was gonna leave this meeting. I'm gonna stay here.
You don't leave.
well, very enlightened person, I must say. I think she'll do well. She's doing the right things. Okay. So Vincent was supposed to be here. Wow, I love it. Wow, I'm so glad someone is taking advantage of this community office hour. I feel very useful. I want to tell my wife. I'm doing the right thing. And I learned something today too. Well, that's great. I miss interacting with people. So we need to get to know people, and then maybe like opportunity for deeper conversations, so we can actually make a stronger impact, right? Share all that good stuff. Okay, that'd be good. Okay, so actually having a weekly office hour is also very good to hold, so that people have a regularity of checking in and doing a little work and then come back and check in. That's fantastic. I want to go to someone else's office hour now. I want to gain some value about this rhythm too. I want to learn from somebody. Okay. Okay, we're still on break. 20 minutes. That's my TED talk. So. You're good. I just told my wife, and she also shared that she's a coach also for design thinking, and she says her coaching hours is also like very fulfilling because you're hearing, what we have shared and how it impacts and changes how people do things and how it changes their lives. And I guess we take no credit, right? We're just sharing what we have learned, just being a conduit of human knowledge, human wisdom. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna read. You want to motivate, persuade, or be remembered to start with a story of human struggle and eventual triumph. That's good. That ad is for me. Let me see. It was the ad of what? Oh, we lost the ad. So ad about like founders to me, like, yeah, I want to hang out with more founders. I appreciate that. Don't ignore nature, at least occasionally immerse yourself in it. Oh, I love that. I appreciate the What the deal? If you want to get women into leadership roles, you have to be honest about how hard it is. So much time. Some people don't think she should do it. It will end your business career. You will never be taken seriously again. I told a high-level business executive, but Cheryl was convinced that she had to speak out about a persistent problem in the business world. For all of women's gains in the workplace, there were still far too few of them in leadership positions. Starting with a human struggle. An eventual triumph. I'm reading this about leaning in. Sheryl Sandberg talking about her daughter hugging her leg and say, "Don't go." I think I have had that moment too as a dad. Maybe not that much, but she always wants a hug, and I'm like, "Don't go. Well, take me with you." So the three things, if you want to stay in the workforce, I love this. One, sit at the table. I guess from a female standpoint, probably, or like being a part of the decision. Number two, make your partner a real partner. And three, don't leave before you leave. I suppose when they say don't leave before you leave is about don't leave unless you quit. Don't lean in, right? You gotta embrace the role. And that's an interesting talk. I want to listen to it now with this whole remote workforce and people working from home and being close to their kids and maybe a little bit less present at work. Come from a company performance culture standpoint, I think we want to support that. But how do you kind of able to keep both? I think it's a good message for those who enjoy a good, somewhat of a balance, I guess, between work and life, and also appreciative of that work style, that lifestyle. I mean, even as a dad, I enjoy it. I mean, I don't want to have to go to a co-working, go to an office. Like if I go there, I'm going to be working like 12-hour days, at least 10 to 12-hour days. And maybe we will still do that for co-working days, but not every day. I think sometimes it's good to take some time off, especially when I'm trying to create. I need to have some special hours. But I don't know. I mean, when the time comes, we have to come up with all those policy. I'm not good at that. I need a policy. I need someone to enforce policies. Storytellers tools. Interesting. So this is kind of interesting. We have so she did the speech, and then because it was famous, she wrote a book. I think that's an interesting path. Like, why am I trying to write? Oh, maybe I will write a book to promote the business, but not about promoting myself. Unless I do a nice speech that is popular, and then I write a book, or maybe I just write. I just want to do some writing and share some stuff. I think part of my challenge with storytelling is that there can be so many different kinds of audience for different kind of purpose. And it's so easy to be confused. Like, I think I'm kind of always confused. Like, you have to wear so many hats to chat with different kinds of people. And like, you might get messed up. Misunderstanding happens. And you drive the wrong purpose. It's like, oh my gosh, you gotta be so careful. It's quite an art. I appreciate the art now. Okay. To tell your stories, you have to be more open, more honest, more open. Eating your Wheaties. Nobody wants to eat it. I'm kind of interested about this sociological patterns. Like, that's kind of cool. Not feeling as confident as I should. In many situations, my first and failed marriage, crying at work, feeling like I didn't belong there, feeling guilty to this day. Who pulled Sandberg aside, show why she believes leaned in, took off. I think that one of the most striking parts about the book, and in my opinion, one of the reasons it hit such a nerve and is resonating with the world, is that you are personal in the book. You make it clear that you've had the same challenges that many of us have. Being personal, by being open and honest with her story, she gives other women permission to be open and honest. Yet, leaders don't move mountains with mountains of data. We do it by giving the audience a piece of their heart. Wow. This book is kind of dry, which is interesting, right? It's a book about storytelling. It's like very short stories. But why am I having such a hard time? Like, is it because I'm not good at it? Is it because like I always want to jump ahead and want to feel like I'm done? Why is that? And this book too, TED Talks. Why is this book so dry? Why am I not wanting to like really focus and take in this information? I think it's quite a challenge for me. I'm just being ADD. Pooja Sankar. Woman's role was to cook, clean, and prepare for marriage. Although my middle and high school, I grew up in a culture that where it was taboo, unheard of actually, to speak to a boy or see eye to eye with them. Oh yeah, in the Indian traditional village. Enrolled in IIT, one of the most competitive schools. Coach classmates. The course material. At the college at the age of 22, Sankar came to America, where she continued her studies, receiving 2 master's degrees. Inspired to enter Stanford. Oh, here's Vincent. Man, we have 9 minutes.
Hello, Steve.
Hey, you're able to break away?
Yeah, sorry about that. I thought I'd just give you a call and anytime during this time.
Yeah, it is.
It is? Oh,
It
okay.
is. Yeah, it just open. It's like a professor office hour. Like you can come anytime. I was just curious if you're gonna come because I do have a hard stop at 1.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, 2 things.
Okay.
First I talked to William Chen.
Yeah.
So there are 2 products that will come next year. One is a thermal bottle for kids. He is planning to have about 200 or 300 thermal bottles coming next year. Yeah, so I think that's good news because I think thermal bottle is in the right price range, and also it's very good products rather comparing to comps and chopsticks.
It's green. It's green, like it's healthy.
Yeah,
no plastic.
Yeah, it's healthy. It's also in high demand based on our data analysis. Yeah, so that's one thing. Another thing is about the partnership. So we talk about this with about if we want to take David Wayne into our partnership. I haven't bring that idea to him yet, but I want to talk with you first before I bring that idea to him. The things is I actually offered a price $2,000 to Queen, and the Queen just win quietly during the week. I think that that means he didn't accept that deal. But I remember you told me don't sell your product cheap. So I just don't want to offer any other things that cheaper than that price. So $2,000 is my bottom line for that Shopify website. Unfortunately, he's not accepting that deal. Then next year, from next year, we need someone to take care of this channel, because I'm taking care of the Amazon channel. So Shopify, if we want to do it, I need some tension. I need some dedication to do that. It won't be easy, but it's very profitable because we don't pay any referral fees. So yeah, so that's something I want to talk with you and let you to make a decision on that. What's your idea?
Yeah. So let me give you some of my perspective, but I think it's better that we make the decision together as a team. So my perspective is I have a positive impression on David as an intern. Outside of you, I think David was reliable as well. So I enjoyed working with him. My question would be, what is his motivation? Like, is he motivated? Is that something that he's interested in doing to branch into business and entrepreneurship? Or is it not at all? What is your gut feel?
My gut feeling is that first, we need to motivate him. Use some incentives. We give him some shares of this channel. Every item sold through this channel give him 30% profit. The 30% will be used and me and but the 30% everything sold through this channel. second is we have the channel, so we all have all the products in Wells Chain's supermarket, so there's no storage cost. There's no extra cost to build the channel. So we offer him the platform and let him to do everything to sell through our platform. So that's something I'm thinking for. So first, we give him a share, money motivation. Second, we utilize our existing channel. Our channel has a lot of advantage. First, it's safe. We don't go through product through Amazon. There's no risk. If it didn't sell very well, okay, that's fine. We got plenty of time. Second, if you didn't sell really well, we still can sell online. So there's no there's no risk in this channel. So we have our safe channel provide to him. And third, also the same situation with me. We're both in green card application. That means he cannot have a standalone website. He cannot have a standalone business. So that's another thing we can persuade him to join us. Yeah, so that's my feeling.
Okay.
Also, I think money is very persuasive things for him. He's kind of the same stage with me, life stage. We get off school in the first few years. We went to a pretty much stable area, and then we want to, for him, he want to get married, he want to get a house, he want to settle down. So all those need more money. So I think he can have the potential to be motivated.
Okay, got it. I see. I think it's a good thinking where you give him a share of the revenue or a share of the profits, because there's no risk for him. It's kind of a win-win. As long as he have commitment. We need to have some level of commitment, either at least time commitment, right, in the beginning, and commitment to take some education and learn. Also, I would say, we don't want necessarily him, but him in the future after he has grown. We want his potential. And the same thing for you, right? Same thing for me. Like, we want our growth and potential. So like spending the time to do, and also spending the time to study whatever is needed in order to grow and be strong in business, right? There's a lot of growth area. Yeah, and I would even be open to if he has proven himself, right? If he does what he says he's gonna do, that available, reliable, and competent, he can potentially be a partner too with shares, but he needs to prove himself, right? So this deal, it could be a bridge of that. I don't know if that's what you're thinking from a long-term standpoint, but I'm also open to that.
Yeah, that's right. We have to have some condition before we give him everything. Yeah, we just cannot give everything.
They don't appreciate it.
Yeah, he won't.
If you give everything, they don't appreciate it.
Yeah, with some condition. He proved himself, then prove himself valuable, then we can give him some shares.
So I want to tell you this before I leave. I'm doing a business workshop. I actually just did one. I did the first one. It's called Creating an Irresistible Offer. And I think this is perfect for you. And if David is interested in joining, it will be perfect for him too. How do you craft an irresistible offer to your potential buyer, and how do you make them buy and buy and buy again? It's a really good process, thought process and experiment. It's gonna be I'll do it again on one of the Saturdays. I might do a 2-day workshop just in the morning or something. So 1 day, 2 days, I don't know, 3 hours or so. So just be mentally prepared for that. And I think you guys don't want to miss it. Like I think it will be the boost to break through to another level for this business.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I gotta go, man.
Okay.
Did we capture everything that you want to talk about today?
Actually, everything. That's 2 points. Yeah.
Nice and effective. All right, buddy. Have a good rest of the day.
All right. You too.
Text me if you need anything.